guys, back again, and let's review another movie that got dumped onto streaming because of what's been going on in the world. It didn't go to theaters, and it was actually pushed so many times from its initial date. But this movie, My Spy, with Dave Bautista, is a movie that's been like delayed like so many times. And then when this thing happened in the world, like 4 or 5 months ago in the U.S. at least, I know it was already happening in China, but the thing that was going on, whatever it is, I can't say it because I'm afraid YouTube will like say, screw this video, we're going to block it because you said the word, which I just don't want to hear the word anyways anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm ready for this shit to be over with. But anyways, this movie was delayed again because of what's been going on in the world. So we have this now on Amazon Prime, which of course I've got Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is a great place for movies. I watch so many movies on Amazon Prime, so many horror movies, which is my favorite genre, but I love talking about newer movies as well. And this is a new movie that was going to go to theaters, like I said, dumped here, which is a good thing because it's a movie that in theaters I would have been like, man, I'm getting bored watching this, not at home, because at home I don't have to pay full attention to it. And this movie is what you're expecting. It's a movie where Dave Bautista is a CIA operative, and he screws up, and then he is demoted, and then he has to deal with a little kid who's smarter than he is, and they got to work together to stop the bad guy. So you've got this movie like other movies with a little kid with a wrestler or an action star, like The Pacifier with Vin Diesel, or The Game Plan with The Rock, like movies like this, or like Hulk Hogan movies that I haven't seen, but I know Hulk Hogan has done some like movies with kids where like it's goofy slapstick. And this movie falls in that category. It's a comedy, action comedy, but the plot is just so middling, and it's the same plot you've seen a million times. But honestly, though, there are moments in this movie that I thought were enjoyable enough. Like, I actually didn't hate this movie or dislike it. I thought that this movie was, of course, whatever. Like, it's a whatever movie. It's not going to be anything special. But there are some moments that I enjoyed. I thought that this movie was fun. I thought Dave Bautista, I thought, was fine, but he didn't have. It felt like he wasn't really ad-libbing like he would in something like the Guardians movies or the Marvel movies. It felt like he really didn't have much to go on here, as did any of the other actors. Like they are typecast as what they're supposed to be. He is the stern CIA operative, and then you've got the little girl who says little girl things, and then you've got the mom who's acting like a mom. There's no real jokes. The only people I thought that were funny in the movie, like legitimately funny, was Kristen Schaal. She made some jokes that I thought are probably line for line, like they weren't ad-libbed, but I thought that she did a good job. She just got a funny way of executing lines. Like I do like her. I think she's really great. And there's this gay couple in the movie where like one of them is really ecstatic and really like loud, and then the other guy is just says no words. He's quiet. And I thought that was a fun back and forth. I thought that was funny. So I thought that those three characters were funny, but I felt like it was more the actors that gave it charm as opposed to the writing. And I felt like with Dave Bautista and the little girl and the mom, like they all fell into the category of they're just acting. They're reading the lines, but they're not anything special. And it's a shame because some of these actors I thought were fun, but the main ones aren't that funny. Like the side characters are more funny than they are, and it's unfortunate. But like I said, none of the acting is bad in this movie. It's a movie that is whatever. It's not anything special. It's not written special. It's not anything that'll be surprising. Even though there were a couple legit surprises that I thought was funny. Like there was a payoff joke that I won't say here, like a payoff to a couple characters that I thought worked in this twist, and I like that, but I won't really say what it is in case you see it, which most people probably won't see this movie. I just like to see most movies and review them, but I feel like most people aren't going to see My Spy. But I thought that it had some funny moments, but it just depended on who the actor was that was saying the lines. And the action is whatever. It's not bad. It's not good. It's whatever. It's not anything special. There's not there's not that many there's not a lot of jokes that land. There's some that land, like I said, with some of the actors. There's a line towards the end of the movie that's really like kind of funny because it's like they execute the trope of like walking away from an explosion. I thought that kind of worked, but besides that, it's really whatever. There's not much that I could really say besides that. There's nothing really special about this movie. Unless you're like a kid. Like, if you're a kid, this is probably your shit. Like, you probably thought this was really funny. And like I said, there were a couple moments that made me laugh. There were a couple twists that I liked that I thought were funny. But they were more from the side characters as opposed to the main characters. And it's a shame because, like I said, Dave Bautista is great in, like, those Marvel movies. And he was good in Hotel Artemis as well. And Blade Runner 2049, I remember liking him in that as well. He's a good actor, but it just seemed like he was really constrained to, like, the script. And just couldn't find something better to say in the script, if that makes sense. But the movie is whatever. It's not anything special. It's not anything that I'm gonna remember. But not a unenjoyable experience. Like I said, I thought a few things about it were entertaining, but it's just really run of the mill movie like this with a wrestler and a little kid plot. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing special about this, but that is my review on My Spy. Tell me down below if you guys have seen this movie, which I bet you probably really haven't. But if you have, tell me down below what you think about it, and thank you guys for watching.